Star Dream League Season 10, and it has come to my attention, other than we're having a tie, which is really great, it has come to my attention that there's actually a lot of people that are watching at bars.
What?
Which is great, yeah. I have been showing pictures of us on live stream, but I also know that when they're playing streams in bars, they don't have any sound, so I figured I'd say hello to the people at the bar. Hello. I'll just hold it here a little bit so that someone in the bar is like, you know, they're having a chat, and then someone finally notices, and they're like, hey, look at that! And then, like, you know, people see it.
I like that.
I got a message for people at the bar that I can do with my hands.
Don't do it.
What is it? Is it this?
Oh, over there.
That's not how you make a heart, dude.
Do it.
Nobody saw it. Do it again.
This.
What the hell is that?
If you're doing a heart, it's this one.
It's just this. It's just cute.
What is it? What's wrong with this one?
What is that? That's like the claw heart. I don't like that.
That's what she... Oh, that.
What is that? Oh, that hurts.
Do you only do that if you have long fingers?
I guess.
That hurts the fingers.
I got, like, fat fingers. That's why I always hit my buttons.
Oh, that's cute.
But you can also do it like that. That's a bigger heart. Relax. Don't do it. All right, welcome back. We got ourselves a game 3 between Complexity and RNG, and this game 2 actually went exactly how two of us said it would go. Because
right.
Slacks obviously was wrong, which is not really that surprising.
Hello.
But Kyle, you were on point.
Thank you. It's there's one team I know. It's Complexity Gaming, and I felt like they did 3 things that I don't like to see that they didn't do in the first game. Notably, you put Z-Freak, one of the best playmakers, not just in America or the Friedman family, but in the world, on an ogre. And you know what he maxed? That's right, Bloodlust. And I said he was bloodthirsty, but that doesn't really benefit an ogre. He's trying to inspire he's the flag bearer. You're in the Revolutionary War, and instead of giving your top sharpshooter a musket, he's the drummer. Why does that make any sense?
That's actually a really good analogy for once. That is actually true. He's literally just the man trying to keep the tempo up, get him excited, instead of making the plays.
Yeah, he can't charge. He doesn't have a bayonet. What's he supposed to do?
What's he gonna do? Hit him with a drumstick?
Exactly.
Hit him with the drum?
Actually, that's a pretty strong thing.
It's a very good metaphor for the first time. Thank you, Kyle.
There's actually been a lot of them. Jake. You just didn't respect me until now because I was finally right and you were wrong.
Well, that is true. I don't respect you. Unless you're correct.
I must say, it wasn't just Complexity maybe not playing fully to their strengths. It was also RNG playing to their strengths because Afu's Nyx Assassin and Stay's Ember Spirit.
Flawless. They had so many great combos. Like that's the other thing is that they could play so much faster around the map than Complexity, who were very low damage. They had the exact issue I expected, which was Ogre and Shaker don't move. They want to sit in lanes and just win the lanes. RNG, they ended the laning phase as fast as they could.
Correct.
Mirana's rotating, Nyx is rotating, bots first on Ember. They can play with so much pace and tempo around the map that Skebberlu, sure, you're farming, but you're a Void. You don't farm fast at all. And their lineup falls off. Limp on TA, he owns the lane, but it's a snowball hero. It really feels to me like a glorified Quap in a lot of ways.
That is not really. We've seen Quaps there. It's pretty terrible. Glorified Quap.
He's a little bit more successful.
Still not really a compliment.
Okay.
No. You know what is a compliment? I wouldn't know because my panel never gives me one. Let's go over to the drawing board.
What the? Unnecessary. Well, let's go anyway.
I was told to be the best host in the building. Also the only host.
There's a lot of hosts in this build.
Are there?
They are.
Right.
They're snaking. Oh,
are they?
See, that's
Hang
not
on.
for
All right, so I'm going to take you through this. Can we play this at like half speed? And Slacks, please refrain from blocking the view of the viewers. So you're looking over. The stun comes out on to the TA, the arrow to follow up, and because there's a morph, like this is the issue with the Complexity lineup. There's no team fight here.
Yep.
They line up for the huge remnant from Stay, and what's the Void supposed to do? If he TPs in and lands a Chrono, he's not actually going to accomplish anything because there's not going to be any peel. He's going to end up just probably getting maybe one hero kill, but it feels bad because it's such a high risk rotation. Snake King's already dead. You see Envy walk in. He hit 2 more heroes than he did with his last Echo in this game, in which he hit 0. One, I didn't think, what is that?
That's you screaming about this.
All right.
Let's go.
Wow.
Well,
what the hell?
I guess that's all we've got for today.
You prepared this replay, Kyle.
I did?
Yeah.
I had a lot to say.
Oh, okay.
But Jake had a drawing. We're all good. Thanks.
What are you talking about? No, I was highlighting exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kyle.
No, he really wasn't. It's fine. We're just here to have some fun. We've got game 3 coming up, and so far, I think the better drafts have won, specifically the drafts that were able to play fast and, you know, do things.
You know who were also able to do things during that second game?
We were?
Twitch chat was.
Whoa!
They voted for an MVP. Who did they vote for? Here's your question.
Eternal Envy.
Ta-da! Oh, good old days.
Dope.
When the most popular player didn't win, like,
And
you know, it happens sometimes.
This is the thing, all right? Z-Freak dethroned Envy as the MVP. But then you give him Ogre. How are you supposed to shine on an Ogre?
Maybe Envy did it on purpose. Because he saw the MVP vote and he was pissed.
He's like, you're not getting the vote anymore.
Outshines me.
There you go. Only one can be king. And then only one can be in a winner's bracket finals from these two teams. Let's find out who in game number 3 draft has begun, I believe. I see everybody with their big headphones on. There we go. Look at this. Here we go.
Another Necro, eh? They banned the Morphling this time. Once again, the Enigma banned as well. There is a Phoenix left in the pool for the first time, however. And also, once again, Complexity is first pick. So, Royal never give up. It appears valuing that second pick quite high. They immediately go for the Moron Nix. And if you're Complexity and you're opening with the same exact hero, you should expect the same exact response, which means you should be prepared. I want a hero selected in the next 23 seconds. Don't use any of your extra time here, Envy. You've prepared for this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here it comes in 15 seconds. Oh, boy. I hope it's not the same draft they had last time. Not the arrogance, baby. Let's get something new, get something crazy. We still have Phoenix in the pool, potentially, still available.
This is a huge game, keep in mind. The winner of this game goes into the top 3.
Yep.
Then you've got 2 shots to make the finals.
Hell yeah, it's a big boy.
You guarantee you'd play on that final day, Championship Sunday, the day Dota players dream about from the day that they're little saplings.
Saplings?
Top 3 guaranteed $35,000.
That's not
My
bad.
gracious. Sap. The babies.
Oh, God.
It's happening again.
You know what happened in
God.
game number 1? Envy banned it out.
Am I wrong?
Envy
Like,
himself.
I'm serious. Like, can people, like, I don't know, interact with Twitch? Do, like, what is it? What is the hashtag for this event?
Pizza Hut breakfast, in my opinion.
DH Dream League.
DH Dream League. Can we see some tweets, some DMs, some Redditors? Like, am I wrong? Or does the Complexity team function much better with 5 playmakers versus this style of we're going to put Z-Freak, playmaker extraordinaire, on the Bloodlust bot? Effectively replacing him with machinery, okay? It's killing the American industry worker, and now it's killing Complexity's chances of winning this game, in my humble opinion. And it is just one man's opinion.
I don't want to be this guy, but you might bounce Z-Freak in his ability to make plays. But I don't believe so.
Did you watch the first game?
Yeah, of course I did. I'm the one who brought it up. Put him off the Ogre. Get him a playmaker. He's a freaking god, and they're putting him in chains.
It makes me think, actually. You know how obviously OpenAI wasn't very successful at TI?
Yeah, I remember.
Could you have like either maybe 1 or 2 OpenAI bots plus 3 players that know exactly how OpenAI works? And then, I don't know, make one of them make an Ogre Magi. He's going to have the utmost efficiency with the upspin of Bloodlust. You can program it that way.
I would argue a robot would play Ogre Magi on your professional Dota team better than any other hero. And that's what the thing, if you look at the way that Secret and Vici were playing Dota, they enable every member of their team. Because the items that a 5 picks up are so valuable. A Force, a Glimmer, a Medallion, a Vessel, maybe a Veil, maybe a Ghost Scepter even, any, like, Blink, like all these cheap items that you want on your team. If you pick a 5 that becomes a 6, you lose out on 20% of your draft.
It's true.
And he can't play in fights as well because he's so squishy now. You just, you don't empower your teammates. And I think that the key of any good draft and any good team is to ensure that every person is put in a position to succeed.
It's true.
He's so passionate, Kyle.
That's
great. It was a very passionate speech.
And?
No, I was saying, complimenting him.
Oh,
You're giving compliments.
Thank you.
I thought that was going to be the biggest goddamn burn I've ever heard on this panel. You're such a passionate boy. Fuck, so smart. Too bad you're an idiot. Ogre match.
No,
the perfect pick.
This was a legitimate compliment.
Well, that's really sweet. You guys are really, the lore of this panel is really increasing a lot for me in the annals of my history.
What the hell?
All right, anyway.
Flex, no one wants to hear about your Friday nights.
About my history of the annals. Shadow Demon picked up. That's a guy that's going to do some damage here.
Yep, and it's an excellent pick against the Necro and an Ogre.
Correcto.
The Purge is one of the few real purges left in the game. It'll cleanse. It also reapplies constantly. So if you put it on a Necro for that 5-second duration, you cannot Ghost Shroud nor Yules yourself, or you're immediately taken out of it. It also purges the Bloodlust.
Arigato to that purge. Earth Spirit.
Oh my God, they did it again.
What have they done?
They did the double roaming supports that are don't have the strongest ability to.
Hey, objection!
I don't think
Earth Spirit Envy. He did great.
Does Complexity have a coach?
No, they don't. It's not that Envy doesn't have a great Earth Spirit. He's got one of probably the best Earth Spirits in this tournament. But the problem is that if your Ogre loses your his lane, which is very possible, especially after that Luna gets like
Holy
Shadow Demon Luna.
Christ! It's the demon! She's back! No! Sorry.
So Earth Spirit, if Ogre loses his lane, you'll have a level 3, level 4 Ogre and a level 3, level 4 Earth Spirit. And they don't roam together in unison that effectively. Neither one, like, you kind of just walk away from these heroes. And to get kills, you kind of need to be together. Earth Spirit also prefers being in scenarios where your lanes are stronger and then he can rotate, be that third hero and find kills. And I think it's very difficult to do that against Mirana, against Luna, and giving RNG the last pick as well. You need killers now. Maybe a Kunkka, but there's a Nyx and a Shadow Demon.
The
Doesn't
dark
synergize well with the
moon
Ogre.
rises to cast a shadow on the draft. It's Luna! I haven't seen this hero in so long. I haven't seen this hero since Arteezy threw with it. It's been a long time since I've seen a freaking Luna Shadow Demon. Are the tales still true, Sheever? Are the ancient texts still accurate about the Armageddon that will be cast upon this game? Luna still good?
No.
All right.
There's a reason she fell out of favor. And even though we have seen a couple of Shadow Demons today and the last couple of days, we have not seen a Luna. We've seen her banned once, actually. But she is in a meta where the lanes are going to be super important. The Luna is not the greatest laner of all time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle.
You are correct, but when you're laning against Earth Spirit Spectre,
I guess
it's
you're allowed
to lose the lane.
Yeah, true. You're allowed to be a little bit crazy.
I like the Spectre in the sense that it's a nice matchup against the Mirana, the Shadow Demon. Like, it's pretty good against all these heroes because Luna and Mirana are very susceptible to high reach carries. Luna hates playing against the Life Stealers, the Spectres, the Embers, etc. The problem is the laning phase for Cole is looking very weak and once again incredibly passive. Necro Spectre, you're not really able to leave your lane. You can haunt once every 3 minutes, but you're gonna have a shitty laning phase. You might not be able to rotate that effectively. And it's an Earth Spirit and an Ogre. Those are very low damage supports, especially until they're level 6.
However, we have seen a very active Earth Spirit before from Eternal Envy, and Ogre can leave his lane and follow up pretty good.
You need the tools to do that, and you can't abandon either Necro or Spectre in a lane this game.
That is true. They do need somebody that's going to absolutely dominate and give Spectre that room to grow. Ogre and Earth Spirit can't really leave her at all unless she's being under the tower, but then they'll just kill her.
And it's interesting, like, China likes picking Spectre or Luna into Spectre, and I think it's more of I see Spectre as a counter to Luna, but I believe it's based around the timing that these heroes peak. You don't want to take Spectre into the 30-40 plus, so you play a Luna against it, and you try and get a Roche, end the game probably second Roche, and like that 30-minute mark is 6-slot Luna walks high combination, even though we haven't seen it in a while.
Big cookie to crumble for Luna. Can anyone else do an accent on this panel? That's kind of
Luna.
Luna.
Salamene.
For Salamene!
Or that.
And for the dark moon.